Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the Ballistics app from Pulsar. And today we're going to set that up together with the Riflescope with LRF. So this particular one is a Thermion 2 LRF XL60, but it's going to be true for the other LRF scopes from Pulsar. My name is Stefan Norman, and I've been shooting for over 2 decades, and I've been an instructor for the past 10 years. What we're going to talk about first, before you even get into the Ballistics app, is you need to set your rifle up properly. Otherwise, you will have issues if you're shooting at the distance. You want to make sure that the scope is mounted securely according to the specifications of the manufacturers. A really important feature is to make sure that the scope is leveled with your rifle. And you need a couple of tools for that. You need something to clamp your rifle down, and you need to make sure it's leveled. So in this case, I got a bubble leveler on the Picatinny rail so I can see that the rifle is completely level. Secondly, a good little level that you can put on your rifle scope to make sure everything is leveled straight. And this is important because when you're shooting, the trajectory of the bullet is going to go straight up and come down. If you mount your scope a little tilted to the side, you will be sending the bullet in the wrong direction. It's not going to track true. You also have the issues with spin drift that occurs when you come further down range. So there are many different things that you need to think about, but as long as you torque everything down according to specifications and make sure everything is leveled, that's the first part. When you've done that, we can get into the second part, and that is looking at the data or information about the hardware that we can input to our Ballistics app. To set the app up, you need to create a profile. So we go in, we add a profile, and I suggest you name it. In this case, it's an HMR rifle, so I'll just call it HMR. The short name will be 6.5 CM. Then what you need to do is put in the actual data. On the box information, you get a few numbers, and what you are interested in is the BC. In this case, I got G1 and G7 BC. I'm going to go with the G7, and in this case it's at 0.326 ballistic coefficient. We had G7 profile, so we'll enter G7. We do not know the muzzle velocity yet. We'll have to do that at a range, but we can enter some more data as when it comes to what kind of bullet we're using. In this case, it's a 140 grain bullet. Then we will add the length of the bullet. In this case, it's 34 millimeters, 0.9. And then we need to enter the caliber. In this case, it said it was a 30 cal, but it's not. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor, and the bullet is not 6.5 millimeters exactly. It's actually 6.71, so we'll enter that. Next step is the twist rate of the barrel. How many inches for one full rotation? This barrel is a 1 in 8 twist, 8 inches to one full rotation. So we enter 8 as a value. You also need to enter if it's a right twist or a left twist. So either clockwise or counterclockwise. This one is clockwise, meaning a right twist. The center of the scope to the center of the barrel, the distance, and that in this case is 50 millimeters. And we also set the zeroing range. How far are we perfectly zeroed? In this case, this rifle is set up for 100 meter zero. So this is what you can do at home. The other data will be at the range. That's where we collect the muzzle velocity, because what's on the box, never trust it. It might be true for some people, but in most cases it will be quite a deviation there. You also need to collect the weather data from when you are zeroing, as the weather data will also affect muzzle velocity, trajectory, windage, and whatnot. So having all this data is something you need to collect live, and that will be your baseline zero in the profile. So next time when you go to the range, it might be different, but you have that baseline from when you zeroed it, and then you can actually put in the actual value, and the app will remember what you had and change according to the current conditions. Now you know the basis for all the stuff that you need to know before you can actually go to the range and figure the rest out.